Hey, what's up, trading game? YouTube, Twitter, X, we should call it. So I'm doing another 5-minute review on my cash account. Set my timer. There we go. Just to, as always, for transparency and just, to keep everybody updated on kind of where I'm at. I know I want to see that on other people, so, and I don't see near as much of it as I'd like to. So I assume that, people would want to see it any opportunity they get. So that's why I started doing this. So I'm logging into my live account. For those that don't know, I started with about $2,500 in March. And I start with my transfers and payments, transfer history. So it's only showing this year for some reason. I had another page on here. I put in $400 last December, then I put in, just opened the account, and then I started trading it in March. So I had about $2,500 in there in March. A couple months later, I had ran that up to, I don't know, about 8,000. So if you look at my previous posts, I talk about the 200% profit on the cash account, and then that video kind of covers all that. But I took out $5,400 at the end of May, which was great. And then I had to put $500 back because I didn't realize when you're placing limit orders on the charts, you have to be able to cover, even though you're not trading them, you have to cover the orders that are on your chart. So if I want to put 3 orders on the charts, like a limit order on a zone above me, below me, or something like that, I have to have enough money to do that, even though I'm not going to be trading them all 3 at one time. If I don't have that money in there, I can't do that. So I put $500 back in it to get me over 3,000, so I could at least keep 2 with some room to trade, and hopefully 3, which is where I'm at right now because I'm back in profit. So I've got enough to put 3 limit orders on with a few $100s of, buffer, which if I do well, that'll last me. If not, it won't, and I won't be able to do more than 2. So we'll just have to see how it goes. So we'll go back 2 weeks. Last week on that account, made $585 after fees and everything. There's all the trades. That all matches up with this information in here. It's real hard to fake this stuff, so I hope everybody appreciates that effort. Don't trust screenshots anymore, and you shouldn't either. Anything in an image, as I've shown in previous posts, is very easy to fake. So don't believe anything you see unless it's live or some kind of a live login to where they're actually going through and pulling up the browser and showing you the stuff from the broker. So anyway, pretty standard week here. Larger losses and wins than I would have liked for the size of accounts I had, but that's how I roll on the cash account sometimes. I'm not afraid to use a little bit more risk just because I know I can put it back if I have to. I treat the PAs a lot differently. So I do trade a little bit higher risk with these. I like to average around 100 or so. Like this, average winning trade, average losing trade is where I want to be. But this minus 375 plus 640 was me taking a loss and then me going to get it back. And I do that sometimes. I do it enough to get away with it, I guess. It reinforces bad behavior, but it is what it is. So if it gets to the point where, it's doing me more harm than good, hopefully I'll stop. But for right now, it just seems to be working. Okay, last week then, or that was last week. This is this week. 1,024 more trades. I did a lot of in and out scalping on the open the other day, probably 10 or 15 trades just in that hour. So, I had this huge loss where I didn't realize I was trading my PAs. I thought I had my Bull and X evals selected. I had several instances of the copier open. I posted about this on Twitter and got confused and didn't realize it until I was down and I was looking at the P&L and I saw the P&L moving and I was like, what the heck? And since I was on my cash account with evals, I had a little bit more risk on there and I was, trying to make a move. And I got kind of desperate because I was like, oh, I don't want to take that $300 loss, $400 loss on the PAs. And it ended up being a pretty good size loss. I did manage to get it back, and it wasn't pretty. I did what I had to do, I guess, and it could have went either way. But I tell people all the time, luck counts, even if it is luck. If it works in your favor, then take it by all means. But anyway, got over that, composed myself, worked my way back, and had a really, really good week for a $3,000 account. I did about 30% that week. So sometimes you just got to battle. I mean, that's part of it, is not giving in and just completely throwing in the towel. If you get behind, get it back in pieces. You don't have to get it all back in one trade. So when I got about half of it back, there's my timer. When I got about half of it back, I quit, and I came back the next day and got some more. So anyway, that's it. Again, there's all the trades. There's the big loss. There was a big winner after that somewhere, 360. Where is it saying my winner is? Oh, largest winning trade was 440. So where would that be? There's 430, 400, 415, 440. There it is. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's that, and looking for another another good week next week. Y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.